In 1972, Springfield Township, New Jersey, felt quiet and safe. Streets were empty by evening. Neighbors knew each other. Shops closed early. 16-year-old Jeannette DePalma lived there. She went to school, church, and social events. Her family described her as kind, steady, and religious. On August 7, she planned a short trip. She told her mother she would visit a friend and return by evening. She never came back. Her family reported her missing. Police initially treated it as a teenage runaway case. In the 1970s, missing person procedures were slower than today. 6 weeks later, human remains were discovered. A dog carried a forearm to its owner. Investigators traced the remains to Houdaille Quarry, known locally as the Devil's Teeth. Steep cliffs, dense scrub, and local legends made the location ominous. The discovery puzzled the town. Why such a remote location? Why were unusual items reported near the remains? These rumors shaped public perception from the start. In September, men searching the quarry found Jeannette's body, heavily decomposed. The coroner could not determine the exact cause of death. Reports described skeletal remains, sometimes noting a coffin-shaped outline and wooden crosses nearby. Local newspapers ran dramatic headlines. Words like ritual and devil's teeth spread fear. Early claims came from anecdotal reports and witness interviews, some after police left the scene. Some included mentions of animal remains or arranged sticks. Police later contradicted some claims. Investigators could not confirm ritual elements. The coroner suspected strangulation, but decomposition prevented a definitive cause of death. The remote quarry and delayed discovery complicated the investigation. Evidence was altered by weather and animals. Witness memory faded. Locals were interviewed. Some stories conflicted. One man, known as Red, camped near the quarry. Witnesses placed him there around the disappearance. Police questioned him but found insufficient evidence to charge him. Newspapers amplified fear. Church leaders called for prayer and vigilance. Investigators examined friends, acquaintances, and social circles. Some reported disputes, others said Jeannette had no enemies. Records were incomplete. Missing or destroyed evidence complicated reopening the case. These gaps created space for conspiracy theories. Direct eyewitnesses saw Jeannette near town or traveling by train. Discovery witnesses described how remains were found. Hearsay amplified rumors about crosses, branches, and animals. Retrospective witnesses came forward decades later with memories they had kept private. Investigators weigh eyewitness accounts from the time higher than later memories or rumor. Small-town papers ran front-page stories for weeks. Sensational words like ritual and devil's teeth shaped public perception. Regional papers and radio amplified the narrative. Investigative journalists later found discrepancies between press claims and police reports, showing early exaggeration. Wooden crosses and coffin-shaped arrangements fueled speculation of ritual activity. Similar claims in other cold cases later proved to be factual ritual staging, misreporting, or embellishment. Post-event explanations for unclear motives. In DePalma's case, some items were verified, others not. The autopsy did not confirm murder, leaving room for rumor. Community fear of occult activity in the 70s and 80s amplified beliefs. Missing files and incomplete evidence further fueled speculation. Police kept the case open. They re-interviewed witnesses and tested any preserved evidence with modern methods. Degradation limited results. DNA, mitochondrial analysis, and isotope tests could help if preserved material exists. Other crimes with alleged ritual elements were later revealed as personal crimes or sensationalized stories. Few involved actual ritualistic acts. For DePalma, evidence does not align with organized ritual homicide, but ambiguity remains. Red, a drifter near the quarry, remains a person of interest. Police also investigated Jeannette's social circle. Passing motorists and transient workers were considered. No lead produced enough evidence for prosecution. Lack of charges indicates insufficient proof, not innocence. The case shaped local culture. Parents became watchful, teens limited activity, and church groups held prayer vigils. The quarry became a site for urban explorers, some leaving graffiti or flowers. Online forums later reignited attention. Investigative journalists compiled timelines and reviewed archives, finding discrepancies between early media claims and police reports. Modern forensics could provide answers if preserved material exists. DNA, isotope, and bone analysis could yield results. Exposure to the elements and lost evidence limit possibilities. A forensic audit of preserved items is necessary. Jeannette's family and advocates continue to push for re-examination. They seek transparency, preservation of records, and modern testing. The plea is simple: answers and closure. Who killed Jeannette? Who brought her to the quarry? Were objects intentionally arranged? Was it ritual or personal crime? Lack of definitive evidence prevents closure. Rumors distort memory and complicate investigation. Share credible tips with authorities, support archival projects, encourage family advocacy, push journalism to re-examine archives. The case highlights limits of investigation when evidence is weak and the lasting impact of rumor on communities. Jeannette DePalma was a 16-year-old who disappeared one summer night. Weeks later, remains were found at Houdaille Quarry. Suspected strangulation, rumors of ritual, and incomplete records left the case unresolved. What do you think happened? Occult killing, personal crime, or tragic accident? Contact local authorities with credible tips. Pressure for new forensic testing. Share this video to keep cold cases in public view. Subscribe to Dark Unsolved Crimes for more unexplained mysteries.